So today I'm going to talk about what I eat in a day as a weight loss coach. I think a lot of people wonder, as a weight loss coach, what are the things that have kept you successful in terms of nutrition? What are the things that are my staples? For me, they're things that I ate or used to eat 10 years ago. For the most part, there have been some changes, yes, but I still follow the same concept. And even when I'm coaching the ladies that I've worked with, I usually say for any weight loss journey to be successful, it has to be follow the triple E's: effective, enjoyable, and it has to feel easy, right? So for me, as a weight loss coach and a mother of three, an entrepreneur, a career woman, I'm always on the run. So there's some things that are now I've built a structure around how I eat. So, what does my typical day look like? I usually have an 8 hour eating window. Usually start between 10 and 6. Sometimes give or take 10 a.m., 6 7 p.m. I advise any person in the weight loss journey to have a fasting window and an eating window. The fasting window helps you to burn fat, right? From your fat cells. So having that giving body time for not to eat is really really effective for weight loss because you're burning right from fat versus eating all the time and not allowing your body time to digest and actually burn some of the fat. So what does my day look like? I like to start my morning. In the morning I take lemon tea, then I do the yerba mate. I've shown you the yerba mate tea. I put that in my drink. It totally calms my cravings, so that's why I love it. Before I break my first at 10, I usually like to go to do some days I do a 30 to 40 minute workout in the morning. But one of the things that when I come back, I usually take almond milk. This is a staple. I love almond milk because it's only 30 calories. I replace this with whole milk. So I no longer take whole milk. I haven't taken whole milk in years. And the other thing I love about almond milk is because apart from it being very low in calories, it also has some protein to it. So one thing I want to say when I'm focusing on what meals I'm eating during the day, I'm pushing for at least 100 grams of protein, and that is so much harder to get to achieve, right? If you're not intentional about it. So in the morning, I can do a whole salad, put in about 3 eggs. I put in my salad chicken breasts, right? And that is usually I like to start my morning with a huge salad, and I saute mushrooms and onions and pour over my salad. That helps me really enjoy my salad because I like to spice up my food, right? And then in between my meals, so that's at 10, I'm taking that huge salad. And my table areas have like a premier protein. It's like a 30-gram shake. One thing you're going to notice, a lot of the foods that I eat are very high in protein. That is how I'm upping my protein during the day. So this can be in between meals as a snack, and this will keep me feeling full. I love Premier Protein, but there's also other brands out there. I always look at 20 grams, 30, the higher the better, 40. But always look at also the sugar, as long as you're not taking so much sugar in it. So Premier Protein is a go-to. It's just 160 calories, 30 grams. I usually like to have that between meals, or an apple. I usually have an apple at my desk all the time because those help when on days where you want to eat something. Even in my car I have an apple, and I always have these in my car too, because sometimes you're going to be forced to drive down the wrong driveway over fast food because you're hungry. So always be intentional in how you're also planning out keeping your spaces friendly in the car, in your bags. I throw in an apple in my bag all the time, and sometimes it saves my day, right? Another thing that I usually like to snack on, I'm talking snacks, is Greek yogurt. This Greek yogurt, for those in the US, it's the this is Denon Light, but I usually like the Oikos Pro, again because there are 20 grams of protein and above. So this is 12, right? So, but most times I swap it out with the Oikos Pro. Again, looking at upping my protein. For a woman, you should aim for each pound of weight. If you're like 150 pounds, you should be aiming for 150 grams of protein. So these come in so handy. So between the 30 grams here, and typically my yogurt is 20 grams, I'm already at 50. And most times I start my morning off with a bowl of eggs. Throw in eggs, I throw in chicken, and saute mushrooms and onions. So most times I'm really full, and that is the goal. You want to stay full so that you're not overeating. Another thing I like to have with me, you always find me with a bowl of quinoa. I have transitioned from rice. I no longer eat white rice, and really the reason is the difference between white rice and quinoa is the fiber. Quinoa will make you feel full for long. So you want, let me say, you had your quinoa at 2 p.m. You won't feel like you want to eat it again. Sorry. You won't feel hungry in between meals. So 10, I'm having my first meal. 4 hours later, which is 11, 12, 1, 2, I'm having my second meal. And then 4 hours later, 6, I'm having my last meal. I try to have my last meal as a green smoothie. So in at lunch, if I had quinoa with fish, quinoa with turkey, quinoa, or sometimes sweet potatoes are also very good. I'm actually not feeling hungry after my second meal. So if in between meals I feel hungry, I'll just have an apple or the Premier Protein or a Greek yogurt. But I like to end my day off with a green smoothie or a bowl of salad. A bowl of fruit salad is really good because it's high in fiber. It will help you go. That's bowel movement number 2, and that is so important for us to have every day. So the big thing here, the takeaway here is if you're on a weight loss journey, you have to up your protein. And the way to up your protein is to have food that is high in protein. Like this is 30 grams. I usually have whey protein, the powder one, which is usually 30 grams a scoop. I put that in my smoothie. And that is why I'm able to build lean muscle and able to feel like I'm not hungry during the day because I'm eating the right foods to keep me satiated. So for busy women, if you're always on the run, I have these. These are the Factor. These are Factor packages. If you're in the US, I find them. I love to have tasty food, so I find the Factor has very tasty food. So if for days that I'm busy, sometimes I'm in meetings, I didn't have time to prepare a lunch. Most times by breakfast I already know what lunch is, right? But sometimes I'm busy. If you have to go into the office, these Factor meals, I just have some in my freezer. Like this one is like 540 calories, and it's well portioned. There's veggies, there's protein there. It's a very reputable company. It's like a pro. It's smart. And for busy women, some of my busy women, I recommend that while working with them, because at the end of the day, it's not about how hard you work or how it's about strategizing, putting structure. It's about putting a structure that makes it simple, sustainable, fun. That's the triple E's. Is it easy? Is it effective? Is it enjoyable? Always remember that to be in a weight loss journey. For you to be long-term successful, you have to have structure in place. So hope that was helpful, and I'll share more details in upcoming videos.